Yo, what's up, it's Dominator and welcome back to Tip Tuesday, where every Tuesday and Thursday I help you guys become an Apex Legend. We made it, we're in Apex Legacy. This could truly be the best season ever in Apex. We have so much new content and a lot of character changes, that's why I decided to make a Legacy Legend tier list. The last tier list did so well, so here we are. Just before we start, I'm trying to get 1k subs by the end of the year, with fast approaching 500. When we get there, I'll be doing a Q&A, so every sub is appreciated. Now on to the best legends for Legacy. We all know how these work. We start off at the worst legends at D tier, and we work all the way up to S. Let's begin. In D tier, we have Fuse and Mirage. At the rock bottom of the list, I truly believe that this is Fuse, so he only had a little change in Apex Legacy. He can now use his cluster twice instead of once. This works how Bangalore smoke works, so you can use it once and let it recharge so you have both available, or use both and wait for the cooldown. This to me is not a massive change compared to some of the others on the list. I need a bit more to put him further up in the list, but until then he sits in D tier. Now he isn't sitting alone. With him we have Mirage. He did not get any buffs or nerfs this season. This is the thing with Mirage, he is always put very low. But that's just because of his kit. He's an absolutely sick legend, probably one of my favourite, but BR wise, he really isn't the best. And because of this, there isn't much to talk about. In C tier we have Korstick, Watson and Rampart. Now these are not bad legends at all, so don't be annoyed or discouraged if your main is in here, as they are great to play. But as we get up higher in the list, you will understand why they're here. Caustic did not get any buffs, and his gas is pretty much pointless. Still good to a running ranked, as he's back on World's Edge, but this is his only positive. He's not very good in pubs, and this will be the theme of this tier. Watson didn't get any buffs or nerfs, so she stays in the same tier as last time. But I will go over why. She got a really nice buff of her passive regen, but this really isn't as noticeable as someone like Octane's. Watson will be great in ranked, but she does have a few replacements, one of which is Rampart. Rampart is an amazing legend, but she has no buffs or nerfs either. She's such an underrated legend, and all she needs is one decent buff and she'll be heading for the top of the list. Her barriers are lifesavers, and also allow you to do more damage when you shoot through them, and then Sheila is good, but there's something missing. We may see this within the next midway patch or next season, which has a lot of potential. In B tier we have Loba, Crypto, Bangalore and Revenant. Loba got a nice buff of allowing her to run and slide when she throws a bracelet. This is nice if you're a Loba main. But if I'm being honest, this should be a feature when she was launched. She also has a buff of that she isn't slow when taking out her bracelet. This is very good, so when she finishes translocating, she is no longer slowed. This is the reason why she's at the very top of C tier, but the reason why she's tilting from C to B is that her ult has a longer cooldown. Her ult used to take 1 minute, but now it takes 2. I know why they did this, but it just hurt her, so she remains in C. Next is Crypto. He's at the top of the list, just behind Loba, as he got a really nice buff. He's able to loot care packages through his drone and as well as scan them. This is good for Crypto, as he may have his breakthrough in rank this season. We don't know the meta yet, but don't be surprised if he's in it. The way he can get teammates banners and loot and also res all in his drone is elite. Bangalore is next, and as I said last time, she's just average. Me being the current Bang main, I can say she's good, not bad, not too overpowered, she's just right. This season she also got a buff that fixes her smoke. It's much harder to see through now. Last season at Real didn't feel like smoke, but I'm glad it's all fixed and she's back to being so-called normal. Finally, within B tier we have Revenant. He hasn't moved since last season, so I'm going to say the same thing. Revenant here is here due to the buffs he got last patch. Being able to now counter Mirage and Octane is vital. He had so much hype when he was leaked and announced, but when he came with a massive disappointment. I'm so glad he's getting the attention he deserves now after these buffs. He's an okay legend. I don't believe he should be any lower, but definitely not any higher. Now, we're on to some of the best legends in the game. This has changed massively since last time. Sitting here in A tier is Horizon, Wraith, Pathfinder, Octane, Gibby, and finally Lifeline. So basically everyone who had low profile removed is here, as that is a massive buff in itself. If you saw my last list, you would have seen that I rated Horizon as one of the best legends in the game, as I put her in S tier, but she had a pretty big nerf in Legacy. This being reduced list speed by 30%, reduced side-to-side acceleration, limited the time that you could sit to the top of her gravity lift to 2 seconds, increased cooldown from 15 to 20 seconds, and finally, her abilities will be destroyed by Watson pylons. After looking back, she could be put down another tier. These nerfs are mad, but I can't blame them. I was a Ryzen May 2 in the past and she was so good. She's still going to be amazing legend to play, but won't be OP. Next is Wraith. As I think she's in an amazing position. She used to be S tier for every single season, but after some nerfs she's been put in a really good position, where she's not OP but not underpowered. She's a class legend to play. Her portal is still amazing and is really good within games. Her passive could use some changes as it doesn't work 100% of the time, but apart from that, she's in a class position, and especially after the removal of the low profile. I'm not going to speak much on Pathfinder as he already had his low profile removed at the end of last season. He's great to play, but I would love a buff to his ult as it could have some things done to it, but that is all up for debate. Octane is next, but I should put him towards the lower end of this tier as he's had some mad nerfs, but also some good buffs. He can now stim with the cooldown of 1 second, but it takes a lot more health. He used to take 12 HP, but now it takes 20. He also has worse aim when he's on his jump pad, but this isn't a massive issue as it's mainly used for rotation and positioning. Gibby is here in A. He's here due to me being a bit harsh on him in my last tier list video. He's an absolute must in games like Ranked. His bubble is insane, but not having a fast heal is a little pushback, and so is having bleed through. But trust me, he's amazing, although he didn't get any buffs or nerfs in Legacy. And we have the final legend in A tier, and this is being Lifeline. She had a hard hitting nerf, as she no longer has a shield when reviving. I don't think this is the way the devs should have resolved this problem. I truly think that a drone should have a cooldown on how many times it can revive, but there is some light to this, as the nerf came with a lot of buffs, including can now revive 2 players at the same time, can cancel active revives in progress to allow teammates to defend themselves with their knockdown shield, heal rate increased from 5 HP per second to 8 HP per second, deployment time before healing begins reduced by roughly 33%. In her care packages, cooldown is reduced from 6 minutes to 5 minutes. Now guarantees an upgrade if possible in 3 categories: body shield, other equipment like a helmet, backpack or knockdown shield, and a weapon attachment based on your team's current gear when the package arrives. This is all positive for her, and this is the reason why she's in A tier. Just before we get on to S tier, I just want to thank you guys for making it all the way to here. I'm loving the support that I'm getting recently, and Apex Legacy's got to be a big season for me, not just Apex. So if you could like and subscribe, that could mean the world. S tier. If you guys have been keeping track, you know who's here. If you haven't realised yet, we have Bloodhound and Valkyrie. Bloodhound had a nerf entering Legacy, where he's no longer getting assists from his scans. For a mode like Rank, this is a big pushback, but as Bloodhound is himself, and or in pubs, it really doesn't have a massive effect. He was at the top of my last tier list video, and he's still here for a very good reason. Yeah, he doesn't get an assist with his scan, but you won't notice it. It's not damaging to him or his kit, and it's still very much viable. Now we have the new kid in town, Valk. Yeah, it might be a bit cliche in putting the new legend at the very top, but I really do think she's got to be the next big thing. Her being able to fly and float is a brand new movement mechanic that we haven't been able to experience yet, and her ult works amazingly. She truly looks like the next big thing, but let me know what you guys think about her. She's only been out for a very short amount of time, but we can already tell that she's going to be good for a long time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. Today's comment shout out goes to Cam Gaming. Leave a comment for your chance to win in my next vid. If you guys could leave a like and or a sub, it would mean the world, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. In a bit.
Yes, Ethan.
Caustic here, healing! I'm on 2.8 damage. Can I get a rinse?
Yeah, I'll do it. Oh wait, no.
Carry on.
He is so bad. That Horizon is so bad.
I got 3k.
Oh wait, what?
That Horizon was so bad.
Yeah, they actually were pretty bad. I ended up 1-2 of them.
They suck so much.
You got killed by a console kid!
Drink it in, fellas. These games won't last.
How does it feel by getting killed by it?